Good evening, Fran. It is what? It's Thursday. It is trying to check the day on my phone. Notifications pop up, not helpful. Thursday the 4th of March. You asked me to talk about fandoms. So I was obviously part of that Tumblr era. I liked Supernatural, I liked Sherlock, and I liked Doctor Who, but I was not a Sherlockian, hello, I've forgotten apparently, it's been so long. I was not a Sherlockian, and I will not have that title. Sherlockian. Super Who-lockian is what I meant. Sherlockian? Who is she? Super Who-lockian. That is what I meant. But yes, I did like all of them. Anyway, next question. I feel like fandom in general in my life has been quite a positive experience, quite a positive community. I've been lucky enough to not really be involved in the toxic side of things. Like, I've relatively kept myself out of that aspect. I feel like fandom culture in general is very important. I think it's amazing that people get to vibe with complete strangers about something that they have like shared culture and experience about. It's like when I meet another English person and I'm like, haha, did In the Night Garden used to freak you out? And they're like, yes. Like, that's nice, you know? And I feel like fandom gives you that on an international side of things. It's really nice to have, I could meet someone who I have nothing in common with culture-wise, but if we're both fans of like the same TV show or the same book or the same film, we've instantly got that connection or something to bond over. And I think that's just a really nice thing. I think humans in general look for connections where they can. And so giving them more connections and crossing those boundaries is only a good thing, really. You know, certain people forget that other humans are still human. And if we can give them like a tiny little sliver of that, then that's amazing. I'm sorry, I've gone completely, you asked me my experience of fandoms and I've been like, oh, let's talk about how unifying fandoms are, which is not necessarily the question you asked me, but I guess that's also my experience with it as well, to some extent. You know, like, I wouldn't say I've necessarily like made loads of close friends through fandom, but it's definitely enabled me to meet and speak to people I wouldn't have otherwise met and spoken to. So I think on that aspect of things, it's definitely been a positive force for good. I feel like as long as you choose the communities you stay within well, then it's okay. I've done very well so far as to not bring up the Twilight book club. Yes, 5 chapters a week. We are now on Midnight Sun. We're coming up on like a year anniversary of starting the Twilight book club, which is honestly kind of wild. I don't really know how I feel about that. We've even we're gonna carry it on. We've chosen a new book series to do after we've done all of Twilight. But that again is like a really unifying force, and it gives you kind of common ground with something, you know. It's a phone call I get every weekend. It's a cooked breakfast me and Abby have while we do book club. It's just a nice little, I don't know, it's a nice anchor point, you know. Anyway, I have just chatted a load of random nonsense, so I will hear from you tomorrow and I will speak to you on Saturday. Bye, Fran.